Welcome to the Marry Your Best Friend podcast. I'm John, and I'm seated next to my beautiful bride of 36 years and my best friend, Suzanne. Well, one of us wants to stay in bed all day.
It's not like I'm one of Charlie's grandparents. I don't stay in bed all day. I do get up sometimes.
No, but I honestly cannot remember a time in our marriage where you've purposefully woken up before me.
Well, there was the times that I gave birth.
Okay, I'll give you labor. But that's like 3 days out of 36 years. That's not really what I would call a morning routine.
John is one of those jumps out of bed, ready to start the day people. I, however, prefer to ease into consciousness gently. Maybe finish a dream. Followed by a pot of coffee, some classic TV, and a little bit of time with my puppy.
I remember how hard I had to work when we were in Maui to get you to wake up at like 4 a.m. to go join me for sunrise at Haleakala. It's one of the most beautiful, spectacular experiences in the world, on top of the volcano and watching the sunrise through the clouds. And with the time change, it was like 10 a.m. to your body.
Well, I did make it. That's true love, John.
Yeah.
You know how some people bring coffee to their spouses in bed? John brings guilt.
Thanks a lot. I remember how...
It's true.
No, it's like, I think people need to understand, to you, the bed is not just for sleep. I like to go to bed, go to sleep, wake up, start the day. Let's roll. For the bed for you, it's like, it's your office, it's your library, it's your Netflix theater. It's like if they made beds with like built-in refrigerators, you would be totally at home, wouldn't you? You'd never leave that bed. And it reminds me, like when that episode of Seinfeld where Kramer installed the sinkerator in his shower,
So gross.
just so he could like save time, and he ended up making like salads in the shower. That would be you in bed if you had like all that stuff.
Honestly, though, who really wants to leave the bed? Does anyone want to leave the bed? Out there it's cold and scary and noisy and children, emails, all the things. And here I have books and snacks, and if I'm lucky, I don't have any reason to get dressed.
If I want to spend quality time with my wife, I just have to figure out activities to do in the bed. But no, it's like, if I say, hey, you want to go hiking? She'll say,
Hiking?
Sure, bring me some trail mix and a nature documentary, and you'll sit there and enjoy the hike.
Ah, that's fabulous.
Yeah. So anyway, you do love the snooze button.
Yes. I do love the snooze button, but the alarm clock, really, that's just a suggestive decoration.
That's true. All right, so we're going to talk about sleep. We're going to talk about sleeping patterns and all that kind of fun stuff. And the producer gave me some great notes. But before we get to the whole sleeping,
I am so sleepy right now. I could 100% go back to
okay,
bed.
like literally, Suzanne said, let's do this podcast in the morning so I can wear my muumuu.
No, I said...
what do you call it? Your drop-off dress.
My drop-off dress, yeah.
Yeah, but I took J. Daniel this morning, and you're dressed.
Yeah,
so thank you for getting dressed for the podcast. Okay, so it's been like 3 weeks since we've had our last podcast. A couple of big things in our life. The IndyCar season wrapped up this past weekend. 2 weeks ago, boo-hoo. 2 weeks ago, I had a guys trip to Milwaukee. So Jay Daniel went with me and John Andrew. We had a great guys trip. Anytime you go to Wisconsin with our family, that means you're stopping at the Mars Cheese Castle, and you're buying string cheese and
wiggly
cheese, sausage,
cheese curds.
Yeah, New Glarus Brewing beer. I got Moon Man this time. We get sandwiches.
What's that pastry thing that you get? A Kringle.
Oh yeah, we always get a Kringle for breakfast.
Yeah, that's delightful.
But we love going to Wisconsin, and we just had a great time. We literally had a great time in Wisconsin, and then we finished up in Nashville. Going to Nashville is where we have probably more friends than anywhere in the world. But when you go there for work, like, I don't have time to see anybody. So we stayed at Opryland Hotel. You actually stayed at Opryland Hotel for the first time. It's now called the Gaylord Opryland Hotel.
We lived there for so long. At the beginning of our marriage, we lived there. And then we go back so much. I cannot believe in our 36 years that I have never actually stayed at the Gaylord. Eaten there, visited there.
And what's funny is,
people that came to visit.
What's funny is I've spent way too much time at the Gaylord.
Yeah.
When I worked for Gaylord Entertainment and we lived in Texas, every business trip I'd come, like every week, I would stay at the Opryland
Because
Hotel.
you commuted.
And then we have all these conventions, the NRA conventions and the CM, all sorts of conventions. The Gaylord Opryland Hotel is great for conventions. It's not necessarily as great when you're just going to your room and going back to your car.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's a resort.
think I threw my back out walking so much.
Yeah. The hotel's huge, and no matter where you're in the hotel, you're going to be walking somewhere to something. But we had a great time. We had, 80 guests or so, corporate guests, and had a really good time downtown Nashville. Had a really good time. We had a buyout there one night at one of the hotels, or a hotel restaurant, which is the Jack Daniel's Lounge. Had a great time. But it's sad when the season ends. We are, looking back on the season, the driver that we had this past year was fantastic. And actually, we've been with that driver for the past 4 years. Mm-hmm. So 3 years at Ed Carpenter, and then when we did our deal with Dale Coyne Racing, he came over and joined Dale Coyne Racing.
Kind of makes me sad.
It makes me sad too, but I'm excited for Renus.
This is a big opportunity.
I will tell you, last week was a roller coaster though, because around Monday we planned a big car reveal, and we're hoping to do a driver announcement on Friday. And so I arranged for a spot down on 2nd Avenue. We had the car, we had the sound system, we had everybody there. But on Tuesday, his agent told us that he was not going to sign the contract. They were going to wait until after the weekend, which meant he's got another deal.
Yeah.
And so instead of doing a driver announcement, what we did was a car reveal. So we revealed the car, the paint scheme, everybody loved it, held up the fire suit. And then he drove the race. The car did not have the speed that we needed in straight line, kind of the same issues we had at the 500 this year.
Mm-hmm. What does Johnny Drew say? Gearbox?
Well, the gearbox, yeah, we had some issues. But anyway, you knew that he was gone by the way he was saying goodbye to everybody. Mm-hmm. And, I told him, I said, Renus, you know that we love you and Carmen, and we love your family, and this is a good thing for you. And so he is signing with another team, and it's exciting for our team too, because we're looking at new drivers. We've already got one sorted for one car, and the other one we're working on. But we're already looking for 2026 and trying to win the Indy 500 next year. I'm really excited about this team. These guys work hard. It's been a blessing to be around Dale Coyne. Again, he's a great guy, Dale and Gail. And it's funny. Somebody told me the other day that besides Roger Penske, Dale Coyne really has more resources than anybody in the paddock area. And they said, but the compliment to him is he doesn't overspend. Dave Ramsey would love Dale Coyne because it's like,
he would.
It's like if something needs to be replaced after 5,000 miles, Dale says, well, let's see if we can get it to 6 or 7. And people always wonder, how can he run his team as financially efficient as more than anybody? It's because, and you don't do like big sweeping cuts. It's every little attention, being conscious of your investment. Mm-hmm. And he's an amazing steward of the team's resources. So anyway, I'm excited about next year. We did have one day of summer, Suzanne and I. We took a day. We sent the kids off on Sunday after the race.
Yeah, because all the kids were with us. Well, no, I take that back. J. Daniel and
Jules stayed here to take care of all the animals and Jules' cats. And it was great. We had a great time. Our bonus daughters, Sam and Karis, went with us. And you had time with them while I was focused on work.
Yep.
And then everybody left. The trucks left. Everybody left. And then Suzanne and I stayed for one day and enjoyed the water park and holding hands and had a fun time. Had a couple drinks.
Maybe that's how I threw my back out.
Oh, maybe that's, at the water park, going down the water
park.
tube. It was pretty funny, though, because like they have those, big water slides. And you see like all these like 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-olds. And then there's John and Suzanne there with their double raft ready to go down. But we had fun.
Yeah, he sat in it, and it was like... you one sat behind the other, and so he sat down.
If you're listening to this podcast, you're missing Suzanne's hand gestures of what this raft looks like.
Yeah, and he was in the back, and when he got in, the whole thing just went like a teeter-totter straight back, and the girl, she was pushing. I said, honey, you're going to have to push us real hard to get us going, and she did.
She was like 78 pounds, little high school kid, poor thing. But anyway, so we had a Labor Day vacation. It was nice just being alone with my wife. I enjoyed that, and then we're back here working. So I will say, since we had our last since we had our last podcast, we had our comedy night in Carmel. We had a lot of fun. So Suzanne and
that was since our last podcast.
Yeah, it's 3 weeks. But we took a 4-week comedy practicum we talked about this, but it's a comedy class, and then there's a graduation class at the end. And this was different than the previous comedy class that we took because it was people who already had sets, had been performing open mic nights, and it was a lot of fun. But
we learned a lot.
we did learn a lot, and the teacher was fantastic, just a great teacher, awesome human being. But his name is Matt Alano Miller, Matt Alano Martin. Great comedy. If you want to listen to it on YouTube, you can.
He's got a couple of
He's
albums.
got a couple albums. He's really funny. But anyway, and he hosts the Lime Rock Comedy Festival, or co-owns the Lime Rock Comedy Festival here in Indiana. But I'm rushing past this. We were blessed because we had so many friends show up that we didn't know were going to show up. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, we went out for drinks with some friends and celebrated their anniversary. And we just had a really good time. But it was the first time that the two of us had actually stood up and done stand-up together. And
it was a lot harder than I thought.
yeah, we thought that it would be easy.
We thought that it would be this.
Yeah, we thought they'd be like
And
talking, but
it's
it's not
not.
because you have to work your punchlines.
It's not.
And anyway, so I mean, we really had a great time. Really, and really had great coaching. Really enjoyed our time together. And it was funny because the comedian or the teacher said, "What are you guys going to do with this?" And really challenged us because he doesn't see us. He said, if you guys want to perform as a couple all the time, you'll get booked regionally. You know, you're a novelty act. There's not many people.
Novelty,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
That's the thing. He said, not many people. He goes, I don't know of anybody doing what you guys are doing. And he said, there are
brothers.
there are other duo acts that are brothers or father and son. He said, but married couples, there's just I think you'll
I think
get
it
booked.
maybe died out with like Jerry Stiller.
Yeah. Yeah,
know?
and Ann Mira.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is I don't think that's what we're supposed to do. So we're praying about it. We're talking about it. There are a couple of things that we love. One is couples ministry. We really enjoyed. Suzanne and I were involved with couples ministry for 7 years, and really loved investing in people's lives. We love church. We love Jesus. We love our family. All that kind of fun stuff. But we're kind of talking about some ways that we can use comedy and our experience to try to help marriages and things of that nature. So who knows? Pray for us if you want to. If you go to a church that can afford to bring two old people, now we do travel cheap. So
Yeah.
it's really just the snacks at Buc-ee's when we pass through. But
Yeah.
anyway, we'll talk more about that later. But we do have some exciting news about another comedy show. So this Saturday,
Which we have posted a couple of things.
yeah, we
about.
posted on Facebook if you watch, but or if you follow either one of us personally. But this weekend, there's a fundraiser here in town for the Elena Day Foundation, and the Elena Day Foundation raises money for one purpose, and that is to love on families that are dealing with a child battling cancer. And Elena Day was a wonderful child who passed at 18 months, and her family. Megan leads the foundation, but her family started this foundation just to raise money so they can show love to families because they expressed what it's like to go through. It's a parent's worst nightmare, and we're so excited. They had already planned a comedy night and had booked Brian Bates. And if you don't know Brian Bates, we love Brian Bates comedy. He's clean. He's done dry bar stuff. He's opened for Nate and Leanne, all these different people. He's funny. He's a Christian guy from Nashville, and we've always liked him.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy.
Yeah, for like 8-10 years we've liked him. And so when I saw that he was there, I reached out. One of our friends, and she's probably listening because she is our original fan.
She is
she's a nurse at Riley and is friends with Megan. And I pinged her and I said, hey, do you know how I can get a hold of Megan? Because I'd really like to do something special for the foundation. And so I talked to Megan. I said, hey, can we come and perform and open for Brian? And she was very open to that. I said, yes. And then I was like, because I want to do something to help your foundation. And
John's contact list is large.
No. But
so if you can,
but we're going to raise a little bit of money.
Access that.
I'm making a little donation, and I'm encouraging you. If you're listening to this podcast, you're one of our people. Go to the Elena Day Foundation website and make a donation. You can make a large donation or you can make a small donation, but just know 100% of your funds are going directly to the cause. Like there's no administrative takeout. There's no salaries they're paying. The board, they all give as well. And so 100% of your donation is going to directly to families that are in need and need to be loved on. And if you also know of a family here, that, it's here in Indiana.
Can you nominate or?
Yeah. You go to the website, you can nominate. So if you know of a family that is dealing with a child with childhood cancer, please go on there, nominate them if they're in need. And even if there are people of means, when you're in that situation and, a pizza coupon arrives, or a dozen cookies, or somebody stops by and just
or somebody lets your dog out.
Yes.
I mean, it's all those kind of things that you don't think about on a daily basis that you have to take care of. But when you have a sick child, that's all you're thinking about.
Yeah, it is. So anyway, think about us Saturday night. You feel free to join us, buy a ticket, go to the table, but make a donation. That's what we're asking. Make a donation. I can't wait to let them know. Oh, and if you do make a donation, ping me or ping Suzanne. Let us know you made a donation so we can add it to our tally. We're over $1,000, and so I sure would like to give a lot more than that. So anyway, today's theme. Whenever you're listening to this, it may be morning for you, it may be evening.
It's early.
It's early for us, but we do have some listeners in India, according to Google Analytics. So good morning, good evening.
It's really not early, but to me it feels early because I didn't sleep. I had some crazy dreams last night. Well, actually, this morning when I turned off my alarm, that snooze button, I just hit that and then I went back to sleep. I dreamed that we adopted 2 other children.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
And a couple of dogs.
There you have it.
Yeah, and the kids were grown, but however, I kept asking them how old they were, and they weren't really kids. They were full ass adults. They were grown people, but they said, no, we're not supposed to tell you how old we are.
Oh, how funny. I will tell you, one of the bits that we did at the comedy set was about how most people our age are empty nesters, and they're off living their RV dreams in Arizona, or their Jimmy Buffett fantasies down in Florida. Yeah. But us, we have bigger dreams, like having dinner without somebody saying, "Where's the ranch?"
Yeah.
Or is there no more ranch? But
we just keep taking more in rather than getting them out.
But that's good. We do not want to be an empty nester. It's like, I think God created us to have a nest, and it's supposed to be full, and we keep adding people to the nest, and it's good. So anyway, we're full nesters. So tonight's topic is empty habits, or sleeping habits.
Empty habits.
Sorry. Maybe I didn't sleep either because of your dreams. But sleeping patterns, love of sleep, etc. So first question tonight. Thanks for our producer for putting all this together. Really great work. How does one person's love of sleep sometimes lead to bed envy in relationships? Are you ever envious of me? Like if I come back from a trip and you're up and I'm sleeping, are you envious of me?
No, I'm not envious, but I do feel guilty.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I kind of keep a tally. Well, I do that anyway for everything. I keep a tally in my head like, oh my gosh.
If this show is about finances, literally any purchase I make, she keeps a tally. So if I buy a Dr. Pepper, she goes, okay, I can get a Fresca. I can get a Coke. If I buy, I don't know, boots, I can buy a purse.
Well, I just want to stay in that same. I want all the finances to be equal.
Yeah, that's a biblical concept, I guess.
Yeah, but if like you leave and you reach down and you kiss me goodbye and I'm in bed and then you don't come home until I'm in bed again, that I go, ooh, I lost today.
But
but I did a lot in between.
I get it. But,
I'm super busy.
So you're not envious of it. But here's a good one. How to handle it when your partner wants to use the bed for everything. Like you like to watch TV, read books, take naps.
I like the bed. The bed feels good.
And some of us just want to sleep because sometimes we do have arguments when I just want to go to sleep. I'm like, can I turn off the TV because you're watching some brainless rerun or Jimmy Fallon or whatever?
That is comfort. That's winding me down from the day. That's
me with news. Like if I go to bed, I want to turn on Nightline or CNN or something.
Then I dream about it.
Yeah, and then. But anyway, I prefer not to have the TV on. You like to have the TV on.
See, that's why I like to go to bed about 8 o'clock, 9:30, or at 8 or 9.
You like to have a little drink in there, a little snack.
Yeah, I like to kind of be in there and just have, and then I'll say, oh, I'm going to go to bed. And it'll be like earlier than we usually go to bed. And you'll go, oh, I'm right behind you. And I'm thinking, oh, man.
But that's the whole point. Going to bed as a couple. Like I'm going to bed. Okay, well, I'm ready
going to bed to have my hour of quiet.
That's not going to bed.
Where nobody bothers me.
That's different than
I can watch a show that I've seen 80,000 times and it feels
seriously,
soothing.
How many episodes of like Friends?
There are never enough episodes of
Queens,
Friends.
All those others, they don't show.
Dyke.
They don't show the classics as much late at night, but
sometimes you can get them. But yeah, I do. I watch Friends and Seinfeld over and over.
It drives me nuts when people want to eat in bed.
I ate crackers in bed.
I know you do. Trust me, I know.
It's my favorite to have a handful of saltines before I go to sleep. Oh my gosh,
I remember when I was in high school. No, my mother was like you.
Your mom was the queen of
She was a snacker.
She still
And my
is a
dad
snacker.
one time goes, "Oh dear God, Mary, you shit the bed." And I run in there going, "What? My mom like pooped the bed?" No, she had like Raisinets or like those chocolate covered like raisin
It's
things.
always chocolate with her.
Oh, it is. And she had the box like next to her in bed, hiding it from my dad, and must have fallen asleep and rolled over. And all he sees are these like black little dots in the bed. And he caused a commotion.
Didn't he find bowls of like where she had eaten ice cream
And just puts them under the
She
bowl,
just
under the
slid
bed.
them under the bed so he wouldn't see that she was eating ice cream.
Yeah, but I mean, most couples, I don't know if it's maybe just us, but is everybody like early to rise? Like there's one person who's an early to rise person and one who's a, early to kind of a late to bed or early to bed. Where are you
You
in
just
this?
don't need as much sleep as I do. I literally cannot function.
I like waking up and getting after the day. I also like staying up late at night.
Yeah, that's when the sun goes
You
down.
like to go down, you go to bed
When
early
the
and
sun
sleep
goes
in
down,
late.
I go down. And in the summertime, the sun might not go down till 10 o'clock, so I'm still going. But if the sun goes down at 5 o'clock in the wintertime, mom's done.
Okay, so next one. Couples sleeping in separate beds. Does it mean there's trouble or is it just practical?
Well, you know how I feel about this. I think it's practical. I think I'd be sad maybe if I couldn't reach over and put my feet on you or just pat you or feel you cuddle up or something like that. But honestly, for sleep, we had a hotel room. Remember that hotel room that they gave us? And I guess nobody had king beds. Everything was a double bed. And
We actually enjoyed it.
it was the best sleep I've ever had in a hotel.
Yeah.
Sorry, babe.
Here's an interesting one. This is kind of, you might bring a spiritual side into this, but dream sharing. Are couples' dreams ever aligned? And do we all live in our own weird nighttime sitcom?
Oh, I do for sure. We did a whole thing on dreams.
Yeah, we did.
And I do. My head is a sitcom.
Yeah, but
Nonstop.
do we ever dream the same thing though? Like, thankfully, I did not dream of adopting more children or
They weren't even
kids.
children.
I did not
Yeah.
dream of adopting more adults or animals. Mm-hmm. But if I did, that would probably make both of us go, "Huh, maybe we're supposed to do this."
Ugh.
Do you believe that?
I think that one dream that sometimes you have dreams, and
I rarely dream, but when I do, it's usually like a
something
vision type of a thing.
Yeah, and I think that I'm pretty good at deciphering it.
All right. What about pillow talk? Are you
Pillow
supportive?
talk,
Like the ritual of pillow talking before falling asleep. Like when you get in your bed, you don't need to talk to me. You're done.
pretty much, yeah.
And when I get to bed, I'm usually done, but I like to talk at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, you do. And you've been doing it for 36 years, and it wears me the hell out.
One of the great
wake
things
me
about you
up-
is, but you sleep light enough that I can have a conversation. Like if I think of something at 2 or 3 a.m, I'm like, oh, Suzanne might be interested in this. And I will start the
I
conversation.
don't sleep light. You sleep like a feather. Like I could breathe too loud, and you would wake up.
Oh dear God! Here's the thing: like when Suzanne comes into bed, like if I'm sleeping, let's say
You
I'm
do
tired.
go to bed before me more often than not.
Yeah,
because you
stay
get up
watch
early.
TV and stuff.
Yeah.
You're taking care of dogs. But anyway, I'm laying in bed. She doesn't sneak into the bed like, oh, I'm gonna.
I do too.
Whatever. It's like the covers go up. This wind, this north breeze.
Because you
from
have
the,
18 blankets
no,
on,
this
and it's
Arctic
like
blan-
90
this
degrees
Arctic chill
outside.
comes flying in and hits my backside, and I freeze. It's like I lock up like I feel like I'm thrown out in
He's
like a
a
wind chill of
baby.
0. And then it does. You don't just slide in and lay down to bed. There's like a 10-minute routine of sit down on the bed, move this. Oh, I got to make sure I got something for tomorrow. And then, oh, got to go to get this. Oh, I forgot to go to the bathroom. So you go to that, come back. Oh, wait, do I have a glass of water? Let me get my water. And then sit there. And then you go, wait, am I hungry? I think maybe I don't want to eat, but maybe there's a saltine. So you go get that, come back. Well, you know what really goes better with this than water is maybe that little last sip of wine that's in that bottle. It takes like 20 minutes for you to kind of finally go down.
That's not true.
Every bit of that, the bed's moving. Every bit of that, there's noise. Every bit of that. And then it's like, if the lights are off, and I'm always kind to leave one light on.
I am too. I am kind. Either the TV is on because
but
that
the one
gives
light
light.
I leave on is the small little night light over there that is on
It's
your
not
side
a
of the
night
bed.
light. It's a lamp.
The light that you leave on is the huge lamp that shows up in the ceiling so you can still see everything.
You know why? I do that on purpose, and you want to know why?
To wake me up.
No.
Because you don't want me to sleep. Because it goes
No.
back to this bed envy.
No, not any of that. It's because you get in bed and won't turn off that lamp because it's on my side of the bed. Even
leave
if
that
I'm
lamp
already
on
in
for
the
you.
bed, even if I'm already in the bed, you will leave that light on, and then I'll say, "Are you going to turn the light off?" And you get so mad, and you say, "Well, it's on your side, but you were the last one to get in the bed."
Okay, so another fun thing about our sleeping habits is we have been married 36 years, and we have a queen size bed. There have been many
I have
conversations
king bed
about,
envy. How about that?
You do have king bed envy, but
Yeah.
here's the reason why we have a queen size bed. The next question is how pets in the bed affect sleep and intimacy. If we had a king size bed, how many dogs would we have sleeping with us?
2. We just have to.
Somehow I think that the other 2 dogs are watching right now for our son and daughter-in-law. Oh, by the way,
We're babysitting.
We're babysitting. We're dog sitting right now. Our grand dogs.
So I have 4 this morning to get out, and 2 of them don't like the other 2. So 2 don't get along with the other one.
And since we're talking about sleep and they don't listen to our podcast, let's all pray that they sleep together this weekend. They've been married 4 years today. We keep paying. They're on
Their
their
anniversary's today.
I
That's
know.
right.
They're on their way to Glacier National Park. They're going up to this beautiful place.
A wedding even.
Yeah, but they're going to Glacier Lodge. They're staying.
You've really outdone yourself on.
I'm paying for their vacations for a reason, and they're not producing. Okay? Like when I buy
want a grandbaby.
when I buy a nice room at the Opryland Hotel for my kids to go experience the race, I don't care whether they go to the race or not.
You just want grandbaby?
I just want them to be intimate. I want them to, have a little fun time. But anyway.
Procreate.
Oh, and by the way, if you know Natalie and Andrew, please do not tell them that we
No,
just said
because they
that.
get their feelings all in a twist.
And they think that we're putting pressure on them. I'm not putting pressure on you. Just get busy.
Everybody's got grandbabies.
I know, but us. Okay. Sleep number bed. We have a sleep number bed. Suzanne is a number -14.
No, let me tell you that
You
it
would sleep
came
on a
up.
spider's web if it.
I do love a spider.
She sits on a 100. This is the other part of the routine that I missed. She lays in bed. Okay, this is after she gets her saltine out and everything else, and I'm sleeping. She gets on the bed. It starts at 100. She has to start at 100. So then the bed goes,
That's the best part.
and you hear it go 85, 75, 65,
It doesn't
55.
talk.
And no, it doesn't. But you kind of are starting to
It
and
feels
she's like, it's like as she goes into this cocoon, and then it gets to
feels
25,
fantastic.
and then it's like, then the
No,
machine,
I don't ever sleep that low.
whatever. And then the next day when she
my
has to
back
get up,
hurts.
if I'm still there for some reason, if I'm still in bed, let's say I'm sick and laying in bed and trying to
You're
recuperate,
never sick.
and you're
like
getting
that.
and you're getting out of bed. Oh, got to reset the sleep
You
number.
have to, or it breaks.
So, but then the sleep number has been a while. It's been around for a while, and she pushes the button and it struggles to get back up. You hear it going.
No, you have to push it. It does not do that. You have to push it down a little bit so it goes down a little more, and then goes all the way back.
You've
up
got
to
your
100.
tricks. And so I'm sure if you have a sleep number bed, you might like it. I hate the bed.
We've had it 10 years, and
The first time,
I like it.
There's 2 other sleep number stories here. Well, number 1 is the way we got it. I think I've shared the story before, but a friend of ours is married to a chiropractor.
No,
the other way, is married to a physical therapist. And there's rap culture where East Coast versus West Coast, and there's footballs. Cowboys hate the well, everybody hates the Cowboys, but Cowboys and the Steelers, they don't like each other. Evidently, there's a battle between physical therapists and chiropractors. Physical therapists think that chiropractors are quacks, and chiropractors sit there and go, we're manipulating the spine. But there's like a tension between those two. Anyway, my friend is married to a physical therapist. I didn't think about this when I asked him because he has a sleep number bed. And Suzanne went shopping. It was like a $4,000 bed, whatever it was, more than that. And I called my friend thinking he's going to give me good advice because I said, "Hey, you have a sleep number bed, right?" And he goes, "Oh yeah." And I said, "Well, Suzanne's looking at this super expensive bed, and I'm wondering, is it worth the investment?" And my friend goes, "I haven't seen a chiropractor the entire time since having this bed." Because his wife's a physical therapist. I didn't think about that. So I was like, Suzanne goes to the chiropractor. That's pretty good. He hasn't been to the chiropractor.
I'm still going to
like
the
the whole
chiropractor.
time. He's had this
I
bed.
need to go today.
And so I said, yes, let's buy this bed. And then when I told him, I said, thanks for saying that to me because Suzanne goes to the chiropractor. This is going to save that. He started laughing. He goes, I've never been to a chiropractor. I said, what? He goes, no. He goes, look who I'm married to. And all of a sudden I realized I've been duped. And then so there was Suzanne. And for the first year or so, you loved being in that bed more than anything else.
The kids were small. It was 10 years ago. So the kids were younger. And Julianne loved the bed. And so when we would like not be home or something like that, John Andrew was old enough to stay with the other two. That was like kind of when they were just staying if we would go away for one night, you know. And she would say, "Can I sleep in the hole?" Because
your bed is a hole.
She would make it go way down.
Did you hide your saltines from her in the drawer?
No Raisinets either.
Yeah, the whole
I
thing.
do have candy in my underwear drawer right next to the bed.
That's the first sleep number bed story. The other thing is the sleep number bed. So if you're used to a traditional bed that has like a frame and then a box spring and then a mattress, that's tradition, right? At least here in the U.S. Now, if you're one of our Indian listeners, I know you have straw and burlap and, like a bamboo.
Or if you have an IKEA bed, it's probably different, yeah.
But anyway, sleep number bed has a plastic platform. Like the
that hard plastic that kids play sets
rotomold.
outside.
But it's plastic. And the pieces all snap together. And I'm sure it was done so it fit on a pallet and be shipped from China or wherever they manufacture these things. But what happened to our bed, I told Suzanne.
I think it's because you're never home.
This is the thing. I told Suzanne, your bed, your side is so much better than mine.
Everybody wants to sleep on my side.
I would I'd roll over to her side and go, this just feels different. On my side, I always felt like I was falling. Like I had dreams of being on the side of a cliff, holding on with my fingers because I was rolling to the middle. I was always rolling like it was not flat.
Yeah.
Rolling the middle.
It was like you're falling in a canoe.
And you're like, oh, whatever. I love my bed. Shut up. And like I slept on the sofa. I slept upstairs. This bed.
You also sleep like on a table. That would be comfy for you. You don't like anything cushy soft.
I like 100. Okay. I'm a 100.
He's 100. I'm a 35. What does that tell you?
Don't grade me on a curve. But anyway, but I was sleeping literally I had dreams holding onto the cliff. Well, one time, I don't know, you went and talked to them. They said, well, do this.
It was bad. It was definitely lopsided. I could tell.
Well, finally, at the end of years of me having bad backs and having horrific dreams, we look at the platform.
I just took the whole bed apart. I just took the mattress off.
Right where I lay, the plastic has broken and there's a hole. And so every time I'm laying there, I'm literally falling off a cliff like my dreams.
No matter how high I put it up, on my side it wouldn't because the base was
because
broken.
The princess and the pea is in control of the bed, I had to sleep like that for several years. Anyway, now the platform's fixed. They sent us a new platform. It's good. And the only thing that makes Suzanne's bed, so you have the picture, right? Saltines, glass of wine, TV remote control, all that kind of stuff right around her.
It doesn't even, it usually needs to be something really cold to
the
drink. The
last thing that has to happen is the lavender spray. Somebody has to spray, like laying next to me is not sweet smelling enough because I don't do physical labor, so it's not like it's not like I have grease on my hands like our kids. But
I put magnesium on my feet.
But here's the thing. I'm laying in bed. I'm already in bed. And then she decides, I need to smell like lavender. So does she ask me to move? No. She sprays me with lavender. She goes, that didn't get on you. As you spray your pillow, the way a mist works, Suzanne, when you push the button down, the mist goes out like this. Okay? And whoever's in that range is going to get covered by lavender.
It's not going to hurt you.
When I go to sleep, I don't think about having oil on me. I'm like one of those ducks.
It's not oily.
No, I'm like a duck in the Exxon Valdez crash. It's like, get it off me. It's like I'm covered in this
It's
stuff.
fine.
Anyway.
And you know what? 90% of the time, I sleep by myself because you're gone. So I have to accommodate for.
Okay, I will give you that. I was looking at my Marriott app the other day. I'm almost at 4,000 room nights at Marriott.
Yeah, a year.
And that doesn't count. No, that's not a year. 4,365. I average 150. But anyway,
how many times have I told you I don't do math?
Yeah. Well, don't say
you could double up and
stay. I don't do math. Say I don't do math well. Then at least it sounds like you at least know how to add something.
I don't do math.
Okay. So the other thing I was thinking about was, these people, we have relatives that have these super-sized California Super King beds that take up if you live.
Our old house is not big enough for a king bed. That's why we have
the California King is even bigger. And Todd, who's 6'4" or so, they've got a massive bed. Just this whole thing. But I think about roll it back. We slept pretty well in college, didn't we?
On a
twin bed in a dorm
bed.
room.
Yeah,
And it's that time
when we slept.
No, but it's that time of year that I'm looking at the pictures of all of our friends dropping their kids off at college.
They got big beds now.
Well, what's funny to me is you look at the guys. Okay, so like one of the Cox kids gets dropped off in college. What does he have? A Purdue poster.
No,
maybe a football.
Purdue. What is wrong?
Sorry,
with
an
you?
IU poster. I'm thinking about the Hearts. An IU poster on the wall. A football over in the corner. A big TV and a video game console and like
computers.
Yeah, and some comforter that came from Target. Right. Look at the girls.
Oh, honey, we've all watched.
They're hiring professional decorators.
Yeah, it's insane.
And
we didn't have that.
You and Shelly didn't have a professional decorator. You coordinated. You at least got on the phone and said, "What colors are you going to have?"
Yeah, we did do that.
And you coordinated colors. But these ladies today,
and we built like these lofts so that we could put our.
You mentioned
desks
IKEA.
underneath.
It's like going down a dorm today. It's like going from one of those sets to another set. Like, oh, I like this bedroom. I like this bedroom. I like this bedroom. And it's just and they're spending too much money on these kids. They're already paying $80,000 a year for them to go to school, and they're spending another 20 or so. And the other thing that's killing me right now. Okay, I'm saying this because I'm thankful that my boys are in the trades, and my daughter's taking the long-term approach of college. It's going to take her 10 years, which is okay. It's not a race.
Yeah,
but I have so many friends that are buying homes or condos where their kids are going to college, which makes great sense because of the amount of money you're spending in housing and everything else. And then you can sell it someday and it appreciates.
It's not really going away to college, though. They may
when
well
your
just
parents
stay
buy a
home.
condo and then they're using it as an Airbnb and they're paying for it. You know, it's like we've got two of our really close friends who are doing that at two different universities. One,
Well, they Airbnb it out.
they Airbnb it out. It's a wise investment. But even then, it's like you're communicating to your kid, hey, we're with you. It's like,
we're right here.
yeah.
Says
My
the
parents didn't
family
even
that never that doesn't have children that ever leave.
Yeah, but I remember when I went to college, my parents lovingly said, goodbye, see ya, like at the driveway.
Hey, even my mother, my hovering mother, I was all set, ready to go to TCU, and she said, and live at home and just go to school. And she came to me one day and she said, you need to go. And I said, what?
But it was a different time then too.
You know, she said, you would stay home you need to experience life outside.
You've never
of the
shared
home.
this with me. Is that what we got to do with Jewel someday? I mean, she's experiencing life here. I will say though that my parents didn't go drop me off. I went on my own because I was the last born. You know,
They're like,
I'm
see ya.
I'm sure they dropped my sister off like 20 years earlier, but they didn't do that. But I remember, I don't know why I remember this, but your dad, when they dropped you off, lost it.
My dad cried. Yeah, he cried all the way back, Mom said.
And I've always thought about this because your dad traveled so much of your youth, so much of your childhood, so much of your high school years. Your dad was there for significant things, but he traveled every weekend. And that's always imprinted me because your dad wept at how quick it was that you went from this little girl to being in college.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going the other way. I'm keeping them here as long as humanly possible.
We've asked you, Daniel, do you have any thoughts of moving out? Because we really would love it if you would stay.
Yeah, we want him to stay. So talk about dorm room beds, making out in a twin. You didn't do that because you're in a Christian college.
That's right. We could not have, the opposite sex in our room except on one Sunday
afternoon. If you think about how much
month.
we made out in a small Cavalier or like a Cutlass or something like that. No, I get it. But like those are our cars. Looking at the size of those cars today, how did we do that as high school and college?
Let me tell you, I couldn't bend over today to get the dog out of its crate. So, I mean, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
My knees were a lot better then.
So, we're not going to talk about the science of sleep, but what actually happens. Well, I mean, we can't. The science of sleep. I mean, your body requires a certain amount of sleep.
My body requires a lot more sleep than
your mind. I mean, it's by God's design, and sometimes people take medication to stay up longer or go to bed and all this kind of stuff. But it's like the science, our body has to sleep. We're supposed to have 8 hours of sleep. Some of us can function on less. But why is sleep so important for relationships and mood?
Because I'm just mean if I'm tired.
Mm-hmm. Is that what happened yesterday?
And I wasn't mean yesterday.
Okay. Oh, it was the day before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You didn't sleep
probably
that night.
because, never mind.
Anyway, but
I'm sure it was your fault.
I'm sure. I'm sorry. Whatever I did, I'm sorry. Whatever I did, I'm sorry. Okay. I apologize. I shouldn't have done it. Can we move on and just fill in the blank? But I mean, sleep does affect our relationship. If you don't sleep, if like somebody wakes you up in the middle of the night, kid issues, whatever. I mean, the next day,
you may as well mark it out for me. Yeah. I'll struggle through. I'll do all the things, but I will not be happy about it.
I'm not a saint here. Just recently, Suzanne has told me not to take red-eye flights anymore.
Oh, that is correct. I would rather him stay another night
and
than
I've
come
always
home.
taken a red-eye flight because I don't want to waste the day traveling. I'd rather be working than traveling. And
it wears me out.
You know, I was coming back from Portland just a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, okay, I'm going to spend the night here, and I'm going to fly back tomorrow. And there I was on the plane with all the lazy people who didn't fly out the night before. Seriously, it's like all the Firestone guys and everyone. And I fly back, and I get back at like 5 p.m, and I missed my entire Monday. And then what did I do? I had to go to the office and do some work. But it's like, if I take a red eye,
if you take a red eye, you are the devil.
Well, I come home, I sleep for a little bit. And
no, you are just flat out mean. You come home and you just look for stuff to yell at people about. It's not fun.
You got any advice for night owl versus early bird couples? I mean, like if you're married to a night owl,
anybody's more of a night owl than me, I think.
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's a good question because you got to have the sleep to function. So you've got to find that happy medium. You know, you've got to find something in the middle that works.
Yeah, and my ADD is such that if I start working on something at 9 o'clock at night, then I may be up till 2 a.m.
Well, last night we were working on stuff, and I looked, and it was like 11 something, you know, and I thought, oh my gosh,
we were working on our set for this Saturday.
I'm gonna just be, you know, dead tomorrow. And then when the kids came and the dogs barked and all that, now I've got to have a nap today, you know, because I'm old and tired.
So here's the next one. Navigating mismatched routines. Bedtime battles. Okay, we don't really fight too much over sheets anymore. But
you just get an extra blanket now because
I
that's
do
just
get
the
extra
rule.
blankets.
The fan is on, the
bedtime
Uber is
battles.
on.
Snoring.
I do snore. You want me to do a sleep study?
I think so. Tim just did a sleep study,
Right?
And they gave him some really good direction on his sleep apnea and different things. And they said he's not there.
He's below the number you're supposed to be.
But
yeah.
I think it would be worth us doing a sleep study.
Us?
Well, I don't want you to go alone, but I think it would be worth.
I'm the one who can't ever breathe and snores.
I snore.
You used to snore really bad, but you know what? You
I
snored
trained myself.
when you were
I
heavy.
set a goal, and I said I'm going to stop snoring, and I've been working towards it every day.
That's a lie. You just lost weight.
Okay, either way. But I think it would be wise at our age to go do a sleep study. You know, they have to catch me in the 2 or 3 hours that I actually sleep.
I've caught myself not breathing.
Oh, really?
Oh, lots of times.
Was the pillow on your head? Was my hand behind?
Yeah, no, for real. I have. Like, I've kind of woken myself up just catching myself not breathing. It sounds awful, and it's kind of scary. And then because I have asthma, you know, sometimes I don't know.
We were both raised by fathers that snored. Like
so bad.
Your dad, like they had neighbors blocks away from them who said, "Hey, can y'all close your windows, please?"
It's not true.
And my dad, I mean, it was funny.
We used to charge $0.25 if my dad was taking a nap for other kids. Hey, you want to come here? This bear that's in here.
But what was so funny about my dad, and I know your dad did the same thing, at a hotel room when they would be facing the wall, you know, like if you had 2 double beds and like I'm in one bed, my dad would be on the other bed, and he'd be facing the wall. He would wake himself up because it would be so loud against
reverberate.
Yeah, he'd be like, he'd snore, it'd hit the wall, come back at him, he'd wake up like, who's snoring? It was like, it's you know. But no, I mean, yeah, I think a sleep study would be really, really wise. And then the alarm wars between us. Like, I'm really quick to get the alarm, and I choose
because you're just ready to take the day.
No. Let's say I have an alarm at 5:30, and
let's just say 5:30.
Well, if I'm leaving in the morning, it's like 3:30 for the flight. But I pick songs to wake me up. So I have.
You do?
Yeah. So you don't even hear my alarm.
I never even hear I didn't hear your alarm go off this morning.
So one of my standard ones this morning is "Woke Up This Morning" from the Sopranos theme.
Oh, I
like
do
that.
hear
like,
that
woke
one
up this
from time
morning.
to time. Yeah.
And then I have a couple of other, you know, bright, happy, you know, sunshiny day songs.
Taking our kids to the airport was the Sopranos thing.
It was, yeah. But I woke up early this morning at like 4. But anyway, I hit the button within 1 beat or 2 of that song coming, like bump, 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 and I'm done. because I'm already kind of up waiting for the alarm to go off. That's what happens with me. I'm usually awake waiting for the alarm to go off.
You are awake in the middle of the night with your phone on, and then that's when you decide to have deep conversation.
No.
While I'm sound asleep.
It's better than you sending me TikTok reels at all hours of the day.
TikToks.
I don't watch TikToks, but you send them to me.
Because they come from the heart. And
at what point do you realize he didn't see that? I sent him 5 different videos of that dog doing that thing.
That is love. When I send you something like that, that means that I am thinking about you.
I'm about to unfriend 2 of my guy friends. Clint and Will sent TikToks to me. I'm like, am I married to you? Why are you sending me TikToks? And they're sending like spiritual ones, like, ultra Christian Catholic guy. And I'm like, okay, I don't need to see that.
Sometimes you just want to share something with somebody.
Sometimes I don't have time to watch a TikTok video. But anyway.
It's a good break.
I know, but you guys don't have time to listen to this podcast.
and yet
Here you are listening to John and Suzanne. Okay, so I'm moving on here.
Please do.
Why do some people, Suzanne, crave long hours in bed? I mean, you just crave it.
I want to go back to bed right now. And it's a beautiful day outside. I didn't sleep well.
Are there any products that you use that help you sleep?
Yeah, my lavender spray. And then when I think about it, I put the I put the magnesium on my feet, the magnesium spray. And that, honestly, that really helps. But I don't really like the feeling of it.
Is the magnesium different than the marijuana stuff you put on your feet?
No, I don't. That is for my back.
Oh, for your back.
And it's just CBD. It's not. I think I do need the marijuana stuff because my back hurts really bad. But I do that, and then I have that little eye pillow. That is good stuff.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't include a couple of other things. Yes, she has an eye pillow that then she puts over her.
It's like weighted.
It's weighted. She feels good, and then
it smells like lavender again.
Then there's a pillow in our bed that Suzanne has had since she was an infant.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Okay. I mean, it's clean, but it's pretty.
It's
ratty.
There. And she can't sleep without it. So even if we go on trips like cruises or different things.
I don't take it anymore. I used to take it, and I left it in a hotel once when John Andrew was a baby, and my mom was driving me from Dallas to Nashville or something. And we were halfway home, like 3 hours from wherever that hotel was. And I said, you have to go back. And she said, I can't go back. And I made her, I had a panic attack. We had to go back. And I had a child. So, I mean, I can't help it. Sometimes there are lots of people that do that.
You can't help it.
You just have little, stuffies or blankies, little corners of a blanket that you had when you were a baby.
Okay, let's start wrapping this up. So we talked about your bedtime rituals. What are, I'll ask this. What's your weirdest in bed ritual? So mine, like when I'm sleeping in a hotel room, a couple of things. When I'm sleeping in a hotel room, I sleep diagonally in the bed. Or actually,
You sleep diagonally in bed all the time.
I don't sleep diagonally. I sleep like horizontal in the bed.
It's from corner to corner is how you want to sleep.
Yeah, but if there's a large screen TV in front of the bed, then I'll usually sleep sideways, and those covers kind of come over to the side, which is nice. That may be a little weird. The other thing...
Absolutely weird.
Okay. So if we do have side-by-side beds, let's make them side-by-side king beds. We'll have to live in a barn or something like that. Yeah. But what's your weirdest in-bed ritual? We didn't talk about your Uller either. Oh, good God. Out of the 110 things that make Suzanne sleep, she has an air conditioner that's under the bed. Okay, her bed is also 40 degrees colder than my side of the bed. 40 degrees colder.
It is. It's legit.
It's called the Uller. And if you're a menopausal woman, if you are a menopausal woman and you're hot all the time, okay, now I may have bitched about spending $4,000+ on a sleep number bed. It's worth the $800 or whatever I spent on that Uller, because if you stick your foot over there, just like one side, it's like you're going into the
it is frosty.
Yeah, it's like the Walmart frozen food section. It's like I go over there, I feel it, I go, okay, crispy fish sticks, I'm done. Come back over.
Oh, the Uller is the best invention ever. Yeah, it's like a mattress pad that you put on top, and it's almost like like a heated mattress pad.
Oh, I know.
Except this blows air conditioning. But you know what I did figure out only just a few months ago? I guess last winter.
What did you figure out?
I figured out that you can also turn their temperature up so it can be warm in the wintertime. So you can start warm if you need to, which I don't. But you can start warm and then cool off. But it has reduced my use of the fan.
Oh, yeah,
which you
that's-
appreciate. The
Yeah, so-
fan, really, I turn the fan on when you're not
This
here.
is
But when you're
118 items. So there is also a tower fan. Okay. This
we
isn't
don't
like,
have a vent in our old bedroom
This isn't-
or a ceiling
this
fan.
isn't like one of those small little fans you might put next to your bed.
I've tried that, and you also
This
complain
is
about
a
that.
tower that it's like you have to start it with like a
I have
lawnmower.
a remote control. Shut up.
And then it starts and it goes back and
It's
forth.
pretty old.
But it goes.
If it's not on the base real well, it does make kind of a click, 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 click.
Yeah, but like things are flying off the shelves.
That
This
is,
thing is
you
so
are
powerful.
such a baby.
Anyway.
It is not.
And then like last night, I'm freezing. I'm like literally like I go in there. I'm like, where's my blanket? She goes, I took it off. It's on the foot of the bed. Well, I'm
I
too tired
put
at
it
that
away
point. And I'm
when I
laying
make the
there,
bed.
and she's like, "Oh, grow up! The fan's not even on." Which it's only 48 degrees in here. The fan's not on.
It was 50 something when we got up this morning, and I was like sweating
Yeah.
in here while I was taking the dogs out. But
Okay, so I'm sure there are a lot of products out there and apps to help you sleep better. I have used.
we did use that app.
Oh yes,
For
that
a while,
app.
you were very into it,
I
and we
used that
both
app
had to
every
use it.
single night to see what my sleep patterns were and how much actual REM
It
sleep
stressed
and-
me out.
Yeah, it did stress you out, but I could say, "Oh wow, I only slept for like 4 minutes last night, or 8 minutes of real
Yeah,
dream
if I
time."
if I knew that I was not sleeping that much, then I would really
No, but
get,
they have
like,
the sleep number bed now. It comes with an app.
anxious.
10 years ago, they didn't have this, but now you can watch your sleep patterns in the app and
It
measure
makes
that
me
way.
too anxious. Like I'm like, oh God, I didn't sleep last night.
I'm
I
always
must be
worried-
tired today.
Our computer kids, I'm worried that my kids are going to hack into that app and go, "What were they doing at 2 a.m?" Because they'll think, "What are they doing at 2 a.m?" Look at all this activity, and they're like, "Oh, that was your dad talking about wanting to have meatloaf tomorrow night."
Jeez, no, talking about a career change or something.
Yeah,
That's when you want
yeah,
to
or
talk about
talking about
the
theology.
The
Yeah.
big stuff is at 2 a.m. when I'm half conscious.
Yeah, and I'll talk about predestination, all kinds of different things, and so they'll look at our sleep
Purgatory.
study. They'll look at our sleep study, and then they'll go, "Wait, why is mom like a flatliner here, and why is dad like up all night?" So
Because you wear me out.
anyway, someday they'll figure out how to give me the security where my kids cannot access all my data because they pretty much know everything.
I also take a pill when I go to bed. So
Pill and alcohol. That's a great combination. I think we're back to the sleep study. I think if we go do a sleep study at St. Vincent's, go, hold on, folks, can we actually make this more real? I need to take a
need
few of
an
these pills. Yeah. Hold on. Just call me Elvis. I'm going to take a couple of these pills. I'm going to drink this bottle of wine. Now let's get your sleep study underway.
this is the regular pattern. Do you have any lavender spray?
Yeah. Can my husband sit next to me and like just keep my feet warm? Because I got to shove them under somewhere.
Because I have an air conditioner on my side of the bed.
All right, that's plenty to talk about sleep. I will tell you that we're excited about this Saturday. Make a donation to the Elena Day Foundation. If you've listened this long,
God bless you.
message me and I will make a donation in your honor. If you're still listening to this horrible podcast, that somehow gets really good listening. It's amazing when I look at the analytics of who's listening to us, Suzanne. I mean, we do have our friends, but then
They're probably listening to us at 2 a.m. when they can't sleep.
I guess. Well, if you are, I hope you're well. But anyway, join us on the next episode of the Marry Your Best Friend podcast. Look, that music came in really loud and hot.
Not coming in hot.
Thanks for joining us. Join us on the next episode of the Marry Your Best Friend podcast, where we are going to be talking about
What, babe?
one of us is going to Oktoberfest.
Ooh, I want to tag along to the one that's going.
We're going to talk about travel. What are your favorite things? European travel, European vacation
I
travel.
do like that.
Who knows? I might touch a naked Japanese guy. I don't know.